Hello, hello,
Hey now,
hello, Sheena. How are you doing?
I am fine. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, awesome. I am just about to introduce you. I'm super excited to have the eclectic businesswoman on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, my friend Sheena Myles, Sheena Beans. Sheena Myles can be equated to gumbo with a shot of Tabasco, and I know personally. And I'm going to share a personal testimony in a few moments about this young lady, how God divinely connected us. She is true blue. She's true to friendship. She's true to loyalty. She collects all of her experiences together and make a dish and serves everyone she meets, and that's true. You know, with her smile, with her personality, she is one of the most sought after personalities on and off air on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and beyond. And I mean beyond. We've had people from Atlanta call her, from New York call her, and I know because I've sat on some of the conversations and prayed about a lot of the conversations. And so I'm excited to introduce my friend and buddy. But I'm going to share a personal testimony. We met. I was seeking a job. If many of you know that I have been diagnosed with systemic lupus, and last year I shared my testimony of how God healed me. I have the receipts, I have my labs. I ain't lying. I ain't testing lying. It is the truth. So, and you know, that's a miracle within itself because once you have lupus, you have it. It attacks your organs. I can tell you that it has attacked my stomach, my intestines collapse. I can go on and on and on. But I was looking for a temporary job. I was at a staffing company, and Miss Sheena Myles was in there, and she just was conversating with me. And that particular day, I was in pain, and I was like, "Who is this chick that keep talking to me?" And why? I'm just trying to fill out this application. And she kept engaging me, and she was asking me like interviewing questions, and I'm like, you here to get a job too. So anyway, we had this kept having this exchange, and in the back of my mind, I was like, what is the purpose? But her personality was so warm and welcoming. You felt like answering the questions, right? And I was like, this is crazy. So she asked me what church I went to. I told her my church. She showed up at my church, and just the exchange. And this is the part I really want to share with you. So she knew I was looking for a job, and God opened up a door for her. She was the manager, the key manager. She ran things, and she put that place in order. And I don't want to call it, but it was a tax place. And she called me. She said, "You'll get skills. This is something you'll always be able to use." And I was like, pump the brakes. I'm diagnosed with lupus, and sometimes I can't get up in the morning and all of that. She said, "Oh, yeah. She said, we'll work out that." And that opportunity that I sat in those classes and days that I would be hurting, she would just pump me up and say, "Hey, come on. You're on my team. I'm not going to let you fall." And that support was overwhelming. And we would go after works to Applebee's, and I'm not going to share everything. Yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. So awesomeness. And so now we are definitely opening up the floor to Sheena Myles. Hey, girl.
Hey. Anything you just said, I don't even know what you're talking about. You make me sound like the crazy lady on the plane.
No, I'm just sharing how awesome and amazing you have been and how many lives that you touch. And people, I wanted people to get that insight, to share with them all of the beauty that you do, all of the courageous work, and that you care about people, that you want everybody to succeed, that you care about your sisters and brothers in Christ and those who are non-believers, because that's how we witness to people. We care. We show the Bible said he was moved with compassion, and you show compassion so often. So I have this high energy because I know you and I've been in your presence. You can't come. You got to come with
No,
high
no,
energy.
we don't have time for
You
that.
can't be
Mm-mm,
lost.
mm-mm, mm-mm. No, it's just I like to live my life so that nobody's lying at my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
and I was in the shower yesterday, and I was like, "What do I want the program of my funeral to be?" And honestly, I want one song. It better not be "His Eyes on the Sparrow," but I want one song, and I want everybody to be able to have their 2 minutes. After we get to about 100 minutes, everybody can sit on down. But I want everybody to be able to have their 2 minutes because I live my life, so that people don't have to lie at my funeral. Because then I don't have to lie when I get to the gate. Peter knows if I belong up there or not. Shucks. But I mean, I just feel like I have no family here, and the friends, the ones that I know are friends here, are people that God assigned to me. So they can't be the ones that are going to do me any harm. Um, and I live like that. I live as if everyone I meet is a meeting of divine intervention, whether it be for me or for them. And I just go forward according to that. I don't know everything, but y'all know I will Google in a minute. I will look something up and share it in a minute. And I just always been like that. I never had to be popular. As a matter of fact, I never wanted to run for student council. I wanted to run the stuff at the school though. So I didn't run for student council because they had to ask for permission. And I just kind of always did my own thing. So that's kind of what I do now. I just do my own thing. But when you and I met, and then the whole tax situation, because people don't know, I taught tax school for 10 years, and I did taxes for 12. So I'm not just holding on to things. I try and share it with people that I know. That's the best part of being a resource, is being able to share information. So now maybe that's why I wanted to be a librarian.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Awesome. Well, when I opened up with just a short bit of your not only testimony, but all the work that you do and all the community advocacy that you do, um, we talk about multiple streams of income and businesses. When I tell you, girl, you have multiple business on lock, on lock. And I wonder sometimes how you balance it all. People always ask me that. And I believe when he anoints you and appoints you, what may seem to be chaotic for others becomes at ease for you. I'm not saying that it's always easy, but he gives you a strategy. And sometimes, let's be honest, we have a lot of time on our hands, and sometimes we don't use that time wisely. And
People are
so,
learning that more and more
yeah,
these days.
yeah, I'm 47. I got to use it. I got to use this time wisely. So you are one of the most sought out mistress of ceremony, comedians, on and off personality, spa, retreat. Now adding to that, you're ordained to perform marriages. The list just grows on and on. So share with us, how do you balance all of that? And I know we just touched on it. It's anointing. It's God giving you a vision, and you just share as you please.
Well, the first thing is, you see a need, you feel a need. I will see where there are gaps in what our community needs, or in what is going on in certain places, and utilize it for myself in a lot of ways. Learn more about it, pray about it, and ask him, Lord, is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? Is this something that you want me to do? Is this something that, if I ask you, you'll make a way, and it be, something that's okay for me to do? A lot of people don't think that, but when I'm placing scriptures or doing Bible study at 4 and 5 in the morning, and putting all of that out there, it just seems like it's repetitive stuff that's coming out. But I spend that time with God. That way I have that direction. That way patience is not a problem for me. I get told a lot that I wait too long or I move too fast. But I move when I'm supposed to. And from there, I do the work necessary before I put something out there. The whole marrying people thing is, I think, at this point, honestly, if I'm just gonna be transparent, because I don't know how to be any other way. I've been single for a long time. It's been 10 years now. Not a hug, not nothing. And I like to see love. I like to know that that's what's going on. So that's how the whole maybe I should do weddings thing came along. Not to mention, before the state of Mississippi allowed people to marry on the same day they got their marriage licenses, I was looking at opening up a little chapel, and I
Yes,
still
I
might.
remember that. We
Yes,
talked about that. Yeah.
yes. So that's still possibly a thing. That's what I'm looking at. As far as
And
the
remember, I want to. My dream is to have like the resort for couples. So,
yes,
in
yes. You
okay,
know what I'm saying? You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? So, and then the whole holistic spa thing is just me this way, pre chin one and two. Um, the spa is something that I was doing for myself. It was the way that I used to relax when I didn't tell anybody where I was or where I was going. So I saw that there was a need here for it, especially amongst our community. Actually, all of the communities when it came to holistic health. So that's how I got into that avenue and got all of my certifications. That way, I'm not out here just winging it and throwing brown sugar and honey at people and apple cider vinegar because they solve everything. And when it comes to the whole business consulting thing, that is over 15, maybe 20 years of experience. So I mean I broadcast it, but it's something that I do.
Mhm.
It's something that I work on constantly. And as far as Sheena Beans the brand goes, I've been her so long. I don't I don't know how to be anybody else. But that was also something where I had to ask God if this is what I was supposed to be doing, because females in radio, one, is not a popular thing. People don't realize that. Two, I had to learn from nothing. I was a physics teacher. I didn't know anything about radio. Me being a personality is the result of a lot of people telling me that that's where I should be, and me having to understand that God put these people in my life, and they have the connection with Him, where it is something that it's something that's not coming from them just wanting to see somebody on a platform, because I love to play the back. I really do love to play the back. So everything for me is a result of see a need, feel a need, and it starts there, because like they say, charity starts at home. With this whole COVID-19 thing, I hand sewed 100 masks because 3 of my sewing machines were broken. Well, ever since I've gotten a sewing machine from somebody, it's still on the back seat back there. I haven't sewn one mask. I'm tired. I've been trying to do other things. And I neglect a lot in being there for everybody else. However, I'm never that tired because I love what I do. I've prayed about it, and I'm doing what comes from the heart. So I don't know. That's all I got. That's just me. That's just me.
I appreciate you sharing that. I wanted you to speak a little bit about the services. Well, not just a little bit. Share the services that you do perform at the spa at the Beehive.
At the beehive. um, People that have fibromyalgia. Flare ups happen at any time. I don't require them to make an appointment to come and get into the sauna blanket, which the heat actually soothes their nerves so they're not as excited on the flare up. People that may have issues with their feet. Plantar fasciitis is something that happens a lot. It's painful for some people. There's something called wood therapy that we do that helps with that. Well, the wood therapy also helps with cellulite and skin sagging and all that kind of stuff. So, sometimes when we feel better, when we look better, we feel better. And when we feel better, we don't mind looking better. And that's kind of what the beehive is about. Sometimes people just come to talk, and everybody knows that if you come and talk to me, our conversation is with us. What goes on in the hive stays in the hive. Um, Even when I was on the air, I would get asked about why don't I put a lot of callers on the air. My callers weren't calling for things to be, displayed all over the air. They were calling so that they could have someone to talk to. They can bounce ideas off of me. So the beehive is a safe place. That's what it is. It's a safe place for your mind, for your body. It's a safe place for your spirit. It's a safe place for your soul. And the services that we render, though they may seem cosmetic, are not necessarily there for the sake of cosmetics. They're there so it gives you a distraction from everything else that's going on, and we just move forward in making sure that you have what it is you need. Which is why, if you have insurance, there are certain services that I offer that are covered by insurance. So again, it's about seeing a need and filling a need. And people don't need more chemicals in their lives. They don't need more prescriptions. They don't need more people that they're paying a lot of money to that only give them 5 minutes. There are a lot of things that I offer and products and services that I offer to my clients that I won't ever make public or sell to the public because that's the benefit of being a member of the Beehive. And there are a lot of things coming to the Beehive as well. So once all this is over with, who knows? I'm gonna definitely start my doula services. This happened right when I was supposed to be doing my training, but it's something that our community needs. Black women are dying at such a high rate when it comes to having babies, and we shouldn't be, because our sisters in other countries don't have this issue. So doula services are really, really needed. And I know that women are responding to it. We do womb stimulation for women that are having trouble conceiving. It sounds crazy. No, I don't enter you, but we legitimately have beehive babies on the way. So if you tell us what your need is, there's a chance that we can work on it and we can start the ball rolling to being more healthy.
I want you to share also about the earwaxing, and because I had a bad misconception, and honey, you are saving lives with that earwaxing. And so I just had a bad misconception, and I'm going to be honest, used to turn my nose up at it, and you educated me. And honey,
So we don't clean our ears as well as we think we do. Your sinuses and your allergies, it wasn't until you got stuck in the house, you started realizing your breathing and everything was better because you're not out in the pollen and all of that. But like your nose hairs, your boogers are really just mucus and dust. Earwax is the same thing. But your sinuses, ear, nose, and throat, that's one doctor, because everything travels in, I guess I call it the number seven. So when you're candling the ears, and no, doctors aren't going to always approve of this because they can't prescribe it. They can't capitalize off of it. But the candle goes down in the ear. The heat from the open flame at the top creates a vacuum, and it essentially melts all of that out of there. Well, in doing that, it opens up your sinuses. It'll open up your breathing. It'll open up. A lot of y'all wear headphones all the time, or you just simply don't hear that well. You need to have your ears candled. It makes a difference. There are enough people that will tell you that it makes a difference. Men, especially. I don't know what it is with y'all in your ears, but it is. There's really a lot of things that are necessary that we don't do in the age of healing and in the age of information that are actually done at the Beehive. And it's painless. It's painless. The wax doesn't melt on you, anything. It's completely painless. But it's fun. Sounds like a chimney in your ear.
thank you. And now I want to talk about fluorescent creatives. That is
Lord.
another business that you have.
Fluorescent creative consulting, my word. Fluorescent is the oldest of all of the businesses outside of me, the personality, the brand. Um, and fluorescent happened because a lot of people will have ideas and they don't know where to turn, they don't know where to go, they don't know how to push them forward, they don't know how to express them so that they can get the help or the resource that they need. And it actually started because I'm a writer. I can write and will write just about anything. If I can't, I'll let you know. But it all starts with being able to put it on paper. The Bible says write the vision and make it plain. There's also another part to that. that I can't remember directly. But essentially, you have to be able to put the foot with the work. Um, and I really just help when it comes to fluorescent. Thinking is not thinking outside the box. Create your own box. Let your imagination fly. That kid that was put in the corner because of his or her behavior, or being too active, or they were put on ADHD medicine. Those kids have great ideas. They have the creative energy. And as adults, all of that dies. We're told that we got to wait till our credit gets together. We got to wait until we have a business plan. We have to wait until no, we don't. And as a community, we've been resilient enough to get away with doing it without having any of those things. And that's what fluorescent creative is about. The giraffe is my favorite animal, so therefore that is the animal for fluorescent. But each spot along the way to getting to your big idea, bringing your idea to reality, is what makes up the animal of the idea in the first place. And the giraffe is like, just go higher. Just go higher. Your work will make room for you. What God has for you will make room for you. All you have to do is plant the seed. Now, if y'all saw my gardening video yesterday, my picture, it doesn't look like I know much about planting seeds. And I don't in the ground. But in the in the physical world where things are made to happen, you don't need to wait on a perfect credit score. You don't need to wait on somebody to give you the money. You just do the work, and I am living proof that things will come. They will happen. Because in doing the work, you haven't realized how much time has passed and how many things are actually going to work in your favor for you. And there's steps to everything, and it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be arduous. It doesn't have to be painstaking. It doesn't have to be any of that. It can be fun. It can be a bright and wonderful experience. And that's what fluorescent is about more than anything. A lot of people don't like that I don't charge for consultations. I said I was going to charge for consultations in 2020. And look what I brought about. I'm just kidding. It's not my fault at all. It's not my fault at all that we're in the middle of this. But I believe that when you come to me with an idea, you should be able to be trusted that I won't share it, I won't split it, and that I will put you in the right place or in front of the right people that can help you. So that's what fluorescent creative is about. Because there's no such thing as a dim idea. Nothing. We're going to put the light on everything. Now, if we just don't know, we just don't know. But we can work it out because somewhere in this world, it exists, or the information that leads us to the solution exists. And that's what fluorescent creative is about.
Thank you.
You
Um, Lastly, well, it may not be lastly because, I'm just going through a lot of list of your ideas and your businesses, and I'm trying to catch up. So anyway, uh,
Yeah.
tell
Me
us
too.
all of the Better Together, your new baby. Tell us all the services that are available thus far. And I know that it's a growing baby. I know I know that you will nourish it and love on it and love the people that come to see you. I know that. So share with us about that.
Better together. Better together is more than just officiating weddings. Yes, I have the ability to do baptisms, but I believe if you believe in baptism, then you should find somewhere where you can get baptized by an actual minister or somebody that you believe in. If it's something that you want me to do, then okay, girl. But I'm gonna have to pray on that a lot. Funerals, I'm sure some people would love for me to do their funerals. I've seen a lot of eulogies. I've seen a lot of eulogies go left, and in with collection plates. It's so weird. But Better Together is about those personal services that you want performed, because I'm also a notary. So those personal services that you want performed, those family-based services that you want performed, weddings, I can't do bar mitzvahs, funerals, what is it, baptisms, home blessings, different things like that. A lot of people forget that I'm on AM radio as well as FM radio. My ministry looks different, but it does not change what God has placed in me or asked me to do. Um, I am in my own right a minister, but we all are. It's just how you're using it. So better together is about how, like Mary J. Blige said, don't you know no more love without a limit? Love should not have a limit. And too many people, they're afraid that they can't afford to get married or different things like that. And I think it's just the opposite. It should not keep you from getting married. Money shouldn't keep you from being married. Judgment of others shouldn't keep you from being married. Um, um, Competition when it comes to being married shouldn't keep you from being married. And when you buy a house, it is to be celebrated. And bless your home. Put the blood above the door. I'm not gonna go there right now because I could, and I could step out of this car and give a testimony about how it was important to me to buy a home and to put the blood over my door. Not blood as in physical blood, but plead the blood over my door. So that's all really better together is. Better together is probably going to be more of a hobby than an actual business for me, but I love it. Just like crocheting, people like to crochet at random. And you just hope that somebody buys it. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, but it's the truth. I don't know how to tell it any other way. Um, I just have a lot, even with the women's track team. It doesn't look like it, but we're gonna get back on it. We're gonna get back on it. The women's track team I have, um, and a bunch of other things that I am and have been working on. Everything about Better Together just means that everything that we do, we're better together. Yep, we got this COVID-19 all because we were better together. But we're also going to get through it together. So I think that the name resonates and I think that it works. And I like that logo. That's cute.
Thank you, Sheena. It is always an honor to be in your presence. Your personality just lights up any room, and who cannot laugh? If you're depressed, call her.
Call me.
If you're depressed, call her. She will make you laugh.
Call me.
She is truly gumbo with a shot of Tabasco. And notice I put emphasis on shot, not a dash. Shot, because she coming at you.
Coming for your throat,
So,
not your throat. I might make some gumbo today.
we
Who
got to
want to be
give
blessed
all,
with some real gumbo today? Anybody?
I can fix some.
Honey, okay. I'm from Baton Rouge, honey. We can put together a gumbo. Y'all just got to say the word. So, yeah.
So, there's a few things I need from you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you've given a list of your businesses. So, we got to have those websites. We got to have those numbers. We got to have those social media handles. We got to have the full gamut of Sheena Myles. Go
Okay.
ahead, girl.
All right. Well, the telephone number for everything is 228-238-7040. The Facebook page for every business, Better Together, is Better Together Life Services. You'll notice it has a pink bee with a cross and a heart shape, all in one thing. But it's Better Together Life Services. Ultra Sheen, Sheena Beans has a page as well. You'll see the same red logo that is on that page. I frequently update it, but I don't do as much radio stuff with it anymore. But you might want to like that page because there's some things coming down the pipeline. Then there's my personal page, which is wide open. I accept friend requests all the time. And oh, there's the Beehive page, the Beehive Holistic Soul Spa. That's that page. And then there's the Chubby CEO page, which is actually the umbrella of which everything else is under, is Chubby CEO. And then there is the Fluorescent Creative Consulting page, and you'll see the giraffe and all of the bright colors. On Instagram, I'm not as polished as I am professional as I am on Facebook. It's where I let go and it's where I clean out my phone. But my name on Instagram is She Honey, SheeHuny. And on Twitter, I think it's the same thing. Or is it Sidekick She? I'm not sure. I tweet actually more often than I thought I did, and I think you can look it up under Sidekick She or She Honey as well. SheeHuny. But if you really want to know, just call me 228-238-7040.
Thank you, my friend, for just coming on and sharing with us all of you, all of your
Wow.
beautiful self, all of your beautiful self.
Child, I
And
had to
I
put on
appreciate
clothes
you.
and get in the car because you never can know what the dogs are gonna do, or you know, nudity is not permitted.
I am trying to be so funny.
Honey, when you at home and you live by yourself, let's tell the truth, people. I've already put it out there. Don't FaceTime me during this time. You better give me a warning. You try to be professional. Let me go back. Okay.
Can you close us? Because I'm too busy
Would you like us to
laughing.
close out in a word of prayer?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Well, saints, Lord, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the vision you have bestowed upon Katrina. I want to thank you for the years of friendship that you have bestowed between the two of us. I appreciate you always being the bridge to better and greater things. For every relationship that someone walks out of, I pray that they understand that you are the door that will lead them to the next thing. Oil overflowing in love. Love supersedes all things. Whether we love ourselves, we love what we do, we love you, whatever it is that we love will make room for what the true meaning of success is. And there's no such thing as having too much, and there's no such thing as having too little. And Lord, anybody watching this, if they feel like they don't have enough, whether it be food, family, fun, figures, or anything else, let them understand and know that they can come to the two people here on the screen. They don't have to be alone. They don't have to eat alone. At this point, we may hand things over the fence, but Lord, let them know that they do not be in this world and feel alone. Not when they have the two people here. There's no such thing as a stranger in the community of God. There's no such thing as a stranger in the sanctuary of you. And Lord, we pray right now healing and health and even wealth, because there's nothing wrong with praying for it. That we are good stewards of all of those things, health and wealth, and that our love for you supersedes anything in any and every relationship that we form. I ask these things in your son Jesus' name, and Lord, let the food places be open and not have a line. Amen.
Amen.
Because I
Thank
talk to the
you.
Lord like I talk to y'all.
Thank you. And I'm just going to add this. Father, I pray as she has prayed, and I speak in total agreement, but I pray against a squandering spirit. You're sending things, but let us not squander what you are sending us. You're
Mm-hmm.
releasing things. You always produce opportunity in the midst of chaos. People are going to come out more wealthier. They're going to come out wealthier. They're going to come out healthier. They're going to come out with a better plan and a vision. But don't let us squander this
Yeah.
opportunity. I kept hearing that as you were praying. He said, I'm sending it, but don't squander it.
The wealth, this is truly a time. I told somebody the other day, the world will never again be this still. Never be this still. But we have to understand that that Bible scripture that says the wealth of the wicked is stored up,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's room, that is organized, that is clean, get your house in order. This is the time. Because now is when the cups are about to run over. So
Yes.
all of these tables have been prepared in the presence of all of your enemies all of this time. It's time for you to eat, but you got to make sure that you have room at the table, and always make sure God is there.
Amen. Amen. Love you, girl. Thanks for
Love you
stopping
too. Okay, bye.
by. Bye.